Welcome back to the RTG here at Cambridge United. We're solidly still in third and going well. Sat 11 points inside the playoffs with a game in hand. That game in hand comes later in the episode against Leeds, who are 7th. So a win in that game in hand, whilst winning our other games today, could lead us to be very, very close to guaranteeing that playoff spot even before we get too far towards the end of the season. There are 9 games to go currently. We've Birmingham, Fulham and Leeds to play today, and then we'll simulate the one against Luton at the end of the month. And then tomorrow we'll have Barnsley, Queen's Park Rangers and Bournemouth, and I think by that point we should be able to sim Hull, Watford and Forest and guarantee that we're in the playoffs. So we'll play it by ear. Tomorrow might actually be a season finale, but we'll wait and see. We obviously have the FA Cup semi-final against Bournemouth to play, side that we played in yesterday's episode and were able to beat. So there is a strong chance that in an all-championship FA Cup semi-final, we could make it to Wembley again for the final. We haven't had the most difficult of runs in the FA Cup, to be completely honest, have we? We did get past Chelsea, of course, but outside of that, Sheffield United wasn't the biggest of tests. And then in the 4th round, I think we simmed, didn't we? We had Wolves. Was it Wolves? Yeah, 1-0 win against Wolves. And then in the 3rd round, it was a 2-0 win against Burton. So we really haven't had the most difficult of FA Cup runs. It's been remarkable to find ourselves in a good position to get to an FA Cup final this early on in a save, or this early on in the club's rise. But I mean, we'll take it. So we'll start with Birmingham City away. And then we'll just quite simply take it game at a time from there and wait and see how we do. Now, we could play in the home kit. I'm going to have to play with this side, though, because as you can see, the full strength first 11 is unfit. But we have been good enough with this team in previous games, so hopefully we'll be good enough with this team again. Do drop the video a like if you enjoy, of course, and subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on any further content. But without any further ado, let's go play Birmingham. Despite having the lowest goal-scoring record in the league at 33, they are actually solidly mid-table, Birmingham, in 13th, I believe. So I imagine that they're pretty solid defensively too. If they're not scoring many but are still picking up results, then we could be on for a 0-0 draw. We could be on for a decent win. But I imagine, at least I hope, that we won't be conceding many here. Wissa into Crowley. Drops the shoulder, but Sweeney intercepts. Clark across inside. Tate. Nibs. Nice ball. Get that there to Tate. And then look early for Abadia. He's away. You very rarely catch him. On his left. Blazed high and wide. First clear-cut opportunity. Could I have passed it? Probably not in that situation. 2 defenders between me and Harvey Nibs. Had to go solo. Couldn't do it. Palomino turns well. Finds Abadia. A game of very few chances so far. We kind of thought was going to happen, as we mentioned their goal-scoring record and subsequent defensive record. Or at least I believe their defensive record is good. I haven't checked their defensive record, but if they've scored the joint least amount of goals of the entire league, but are still mid-table, they must have a half-decent defensive record. They've been picking up good results or low-scoring draws to ensure that they stay away from the relegation zone. Palomino lead that into Tate, who struck it cleanly, but he's hit it so well, he's pulled it wide of the target. Harding, oh, this is good football from Birmingham. They're working it about nice. They're working it about very well indeed. Oh, it's a dangerous ball in too, and it falls for Wissa. We do get rid of it, and Tate jumps in and throws himself to the ground to earn us a free kick. That was extremely close to a 1-0 lead for Birmingham City. Big space on the left-hand side for Ethan Clark here. I'll try and tuck this back to Nibs again, who can hold off the defender with him, but missed the target with a finessed effort. 77 finishing, I think, on Harvey Nibs now, which is the highest finishing stat on any of our strikers, I believe, other than OK Reiko, obviously, who's probably nearly 90 now. But unfortunately not able to bend that in the bottom corner. Nibs is taking to make me a run. He's just going to stand there, but at least he's offering himself in support. Clark will go to Sweeney. Try and get it back to Clark. So we've done well. And he is right-footed with that 5-star weak foot on the left. Laid into Tate. Back to Clark. Across here to Palomino on his 4-star weak foot. Which, judging by that example, is feeling more like a 2-star weak foot. Oh, God. That is a proper shank. Let's ball down the line to Sunjic. There's not much time left in the game, but Birmingham could still get themselves a victory here. In possession and building well. Crowley. They're wasting enough time in this build-up that if I do get the ball back, I'm probably not going to have time to go on a counter. We will try, though. How long is going to be added on by the referee? Space for Evans. 2 minutes added on. Come on, Evans. Get away from Seddon. He's done well. I'm going to need some support, though. And in the middle here is Palomino again, whose touch takes it straight to a defender. And that will be game. Oh, a 0-0 draw against Birmingham. Kind of thought that was going to be the way that the game panned out before we kicked off. But unfortunately, despite having 4 chances, none of them were on target. Oh, I thought for a minute every single game had ended 0-0. They're just kicking off. We must have been the early lunchtime kickoff for the championship. And I'm going to cut. Just going to cut because that's so loud. Fulham's 11. Rodak in goal. Mitrovic continuing up top. He just got a retrospective ban in real life for an elbow on, was it a Brentford player? It might have been a Leeds player. I can't remember, actually. Fulham lost to someone. I think it might have been Brentford. I can't recall. But he got set. He didn't get sent off in-game. Didn't get any punishment in-game, but a retrospective 3-match ban for an elbow. I think it might have been Leeds Fulham, actually. But regardless of who it was against, he was banned, and rightly so. We've had to make one change of our own in this game, as Campos is on international duty, annoyingly, with Uruguay. So he and actually Palomino are unavailable for selection for this match day. So Leon Davies has gotten the nod on the right-hand side, as Evans, I'm going to need to be fit midweek for the game against Leeds. So he can't start here. Watford on 102 points. They can win the title this match day weekend. They're talking about in commentary. Schofield with a relatively comfortable save there, although probably could have gathered that in or at least ensured that it stopped going for a corner. O'Brien, I love that, thank you. Cantwell does really well. A lot of positive feedback on the Cantwell signing. Thank you for that. Glad you enjoyed that particular decision. Some decisions are questionable for you guys. Oh no, why back heel it? That decision was questionable as well. Why would you back heel that when all you can do is... when you could just simply side foot it and it will find its man. Around the corner, Leon Davis looking for an assist back in the starting lineup. Oh, off the post for Todd Cantwell. He tried to just cushion it with the outside of his foot. Rolls gets to that first. Good. Bissouma forward. Touch by Adebayo's decent, but can't force his way past their defensive line. Oh, I should have been 1-0 up there. I really should have been 1-0 up. Poor ability in finishing that clear-cut chance off from me there, unfortunately. Petonic will look for Benzia, but Wilson steps in. Ever reliable at left-back. Adebayo. And it's Cantwell again. Nice little bit of footwork on his right foot. Over the bar. Oh, nicely inside to Mitrovic. And out wide to Camara. Given away. Paul from Fulham. Davies inside nicely. Keep making that run, Okereke. Oh, I may have overhit that. No, we should be able to get there with Adebayo. It is, in fact, not Okereke. It's the chance to get the ball in the box. I'm going to have to look for a teammate back here, though. It's Leon Davies again. Bissouma. Cantwell steps away from the man well. Okereke, I've not got the space for the shot, and Michael Hex has defended that really well. Frustrating so far in this first half against Fulham, just as it was against Birmingham. Not in the best of attacking form, apparently, today, recording this episode, but hopefully my goal-scoring efforts can improve between now and the end of the video so that we can actually score some goals and get ourselves some wins. Defensively, have been pretty solid, so pleased with that. But we did have an episode recently, didn't we, where we had 3 1-1 draws. I'd rather avoid 3 0-0 draws, although if it's a case of drawing 0-0 or losing, then I'll take the 0-0 draw. But as we approach half-time here in this second game of the day, we are edging closer and closer towards another 0-0 draw, but Okereke should be able to get away from everybody here. I've got Rolls arriving in the middle turn. Early ball in. Jack Rolls into his stride. Good save by Rodak. Angle was against me there, but we've scored from similar positions with Jack Rolls earlier on in the season, so I felt confident enough of doing something positive. It's going to fall back to Jack there, into Wilson. Not going to score with him from that position. Oh, no. Are we going to be able to find a pass from that position, unfortunately? We win that header and knock that down to a teammate. Still a chance for something here before half-time. Okay, Reike into Adebayo. Rolls is making me the run. I'll look for Okay, Reike. It will actually find Rolls, who spun well, but spun into Joe Bryan, the left-back. And then I've given it straight to Mitrovic. That will be 0-0 at half-time. Come on, lads. Let's get ourselves in front, shall we? Get there, please. Cool. Jesus, Adebayo was slow to actually move towards that. Bissouma rolls. Okay, Reike is there as the option. He's in. Okay, Reike. Oh, I can't believe that. I was trying to shoot, and I wondered why he didn't pull the trigger. It must have been because Michael Hector was fouling him. We'll have a look at the replay. Have a look then. Played in behind. Trying to pull the trigger. You can see the defender there, Michael Hector, puts his hand on the back of OK Reike and does tug his shirt. Not much, but he's thrown himself to the floor there. It's kind of a last gasp attempt to get anything as the defender kind of marshaled him well enough to ensure that the keeper got there. Rolls them from the penalty spot. Gives us a 1-0 lead. Wasn't as far into the corner as I wanted it to be. Having to rely on set pieces for goals, but another for Rolls this season. Probably scored 4 or 5 penalties for us this year in the Championship. And we finally have a goal in the episode and finally have a 1-0 lead. Benzia played in. Just bump him off there and we've done well. Wilson inside to Collins and we'll try and grab a second just to ensure that we get the victory. Just because the AI haven't scored so far in the episode doesn't mean they won't. Leeds United up next for us, of course, midweek at home. Game that I'd, of course, love to win. Love to win and get victory in against our former club that we achieved so much with. And Fulham have pulled one back. Joe Bryan, I think it was the left back with the header, gets the run on the defender. Gets goal side of him. Very, very, very good header. Down towards the corner. Oh, it's Lewis O'Brien. Not going that way, I'm going that way, lads. Okay, Reike to Adebayo. Oh, scored the odd rocket from around about that distance in this save, hasn't he? Unfortunately, on this occasion, the defender in the way. Still looking like we're going to be getting a single point from this one as we try hard to break them down. Bristol City have gone 4-0 up against Luton, so they're certainly keeping up their fight for the playoff spots and will be closing in on us if we draw this. Or, of course, if we lose this. Josh Onuma burying it with 9 minutes to go. He may well have given Fulham victory in this game. Just drifting in the middle there with nobody marking him. And then thumped into the back of the net. Well, they've completely turned it around, Fulham. A snore draw at half-time with us trundling towards another 0-0. And then the second half has come alive. And we find ourselves behind. Not exactly what I had in mind. I would certainly love a draw now. Okay, Reike back to Rolls. It's just no space here. No space whatsoever. Trying to squeeze that through. Olivier was offside, so if the ball had found him, it wouldn't have counted. And I think time's going to run out on us here. Fulham have just come to the new Abbey and done a job on us. Even though we went 1-0 up, they've turned it around and played very well in this second half. Right, it has to be now. Adebayo looking for Rolls. Oh, and okay, Reike's turned away from him well. Okay, Reike. Oh, no, Leon Davis just couldn't track the path of the ball. Back to Todd Cantwell. It has to be crossed into the middle now, and the cross is loosely placed, or poorly placed, and that's going to be 2-1 Fulham. Oh, Leon Davis, what could have been. He just kept... I was trying to slow him up and turn with the stick, but he just couldn't stop in time. The ball going that side, and then... That's so frustrating. That could have been a brilliant last gasp equaliser for us there, but it wasn't to be, and Fulham get all 3 points. Bournemouth lose to Charlton. They're kind of stumbling towards the end as well, although both are.
Just a moment of your time.
Although both of us are looking pretty solid in the positions that we're in, Bournemouth aren't going to get caught by anyone. We're not going to get caught by anyone outside the playoffs, but which exact playoff spot we finish in...
Thank you so much.
Which exact playoff spot we finish in is probably falling into question now as sides close in around us. And indeed, Fulham, the side that just beat us, have closed in on us to a single point, although we do have a game in hand still. So Bristol City 6 points behind us, as are Stoke and Leeds. And now it's time to go and play that game in hand against Leeds with our rotated 11 and hope that we don't slip up this time. Leeds starting lineup. Elia Capriel in goal again for them. Miika up top with Alioski. Out wide, Jamie Shackleton in the midfield. Adam Forshaw there too. 4-1, 4-1 for Leeds. Hopefully we can get a 4-1, 4-1 scoreline. That was terrible, Chess. Miika played in on his own. Could really do with support, which is arriving, but he's given that straight to Evans. Not very much. Wilden will look forward, and Abadir is there. And there is space here. Palomino's not the fastest, though, but I tell you who is quick. Evans. Oh, he was just arriving on the inside of me there. Oh, it's a lovely ball by Palomino. I'll look for Abadir here. Couldn't find him first time. Found him at the second time. Oh, I think the keeper saved that. If the keeper tipped that onto the post, that's one of the best saves we've seen for a while. Abadir played in. The initial ball was meant for him. It actually went to Nibs, who played Abadir in. And this shot was destined for the back of the net. Oh, what a save. This shot on its way in. And the keeper just tipping it onto the post. What a stop from the man between the sticks for Leeds United. Unbelievable save there. That should be 1-0 Cambridge United, but hats off to the goalkeeper. That was superb. Wilden. Should go centrally there to Abadir. Nibs is calling for it through that gap, so we'll slot him in. It's on his own here. Abadir is arriving and into the middle, and surely Clark can't miss. Oh, he's offside anyway, but Jesus. Leeds determined not to concede in this game. And yet, even though his top half is onside, his feet are offside. Good header by Tate and by Palomino. Oh, go on, Abadir. You're around the corner. Surely this time. Capriel again. Nibs will get to this. Gets it down well. Gonna need support, which is arriving here from Sweeney at left back. Clark, Tate does well to step away. Abadir determined to get him a goal in this game. He's hit the woodwork again. Clark, no! Oh my God, Clark's first touch was awful. Needed to be better to have a first time shot, which was what I was trying to do, but I just couldn't get the button pressed quickly enough to be able to get the first time effort. Jesus Christ. We are getting so close to a goal in this game, but it just won't fall for us. Through that gap. Go on, Abadir. Surely now. At the near post. At last. Cambridge 1, Leeds 0. And I think you'll find that has been coming. Nice interception by Clark. Van der Water's giving it straight to him. We'll play a quick 1-2. And Ethan Clark is in behind here. And Ethan Clark. Oh. Kicks it straight at the keeper's feet. I was trying to pull that across goal on his left. Trying to utilise that 5-star weak foot. Didn't want to do it, did he, Ethan? Still wanted to use his right foot. That's frustrating. Oh, can we get there? No, not quite. Sweeney trying to close down Van der Water now. Talking about Abadir. Leeds have had more possession, as you can see now. 55% to our 45, but it's the... Oh, I hate it when that happens. It's the shots on target that is the difference at the minute. 2 for us and none for them. With no shots on target, they're not likely to score any goals, are they? Underwater, back to Crociata. Quite read his name quickly. Crociata, I think it was. Up by Fitzwater, away by Fitzwater. Evans can't win that header. He's got to be offside. Surely there, Miika. By quite a margin, I believe. We'll have a quick look at the replay as we approach the hour mark. Leeds have the ball in the back of the net. But we won't get a replay because of the substitution. They have the ball in the back of the net. Alioski off and Poveda on. But our lead is still intact. Oh, we could be adding to it now. Palomino racing away. I have Nibs available in the middle. And we'll look for him. And Nibs buries it. 2-0 Cambridge. From the free kick as Leeds put it in offside. We extend our lead. We go back to Forshaw. Here's Jamie Shackleton. Flashbacks again to that Champions League final. Mayika looking for the man at the back post. Wildin will head it behind for a corner. Anywhere will do there. Just get it safe. We're going to take the corner short. Crociata to Poveda. 3 different ways to pronounce that name, I suppose. Ethan Clark trying to get away from Poveda here and failing to do so. Salazar wins it back. And Leeds continue to try and get their game back on track. But it doesn't look like it's going to happen for them. Still 2-0 with 12 minutes to go. Option is on there through the middle. I'm just going to nod this back. Oh my God. I just tried to head that back to the keeper so he could catch it. Well, that didn't go according to plan, did it? Corner from Crociata again. That's how I'm going to call him. What I'm going to call him, I think. Crociata. Poveda into Plastoon. Luke Ayling. Salazar. Poveda. Salazar could shoot. Does. Deflected off Fitzwater. Leeds have got quite the string of corners here. It's coming from that side this time. Van der Water again. And away, please. Salazar. Shackleton. Salazar's got space to shoot. Doesn't. Ayling. Switched again to Jamie Shackleton. Good touch. Brought down well on the knee. And that would have been a hell of a goal if it had gone in. But with 5 minutes to go, they failed to beat the keeper again. And we'll get our victory. Into Aberdeen. I mean, he's getting away. Oh, Nibs. Oh, we are going to get the third. But terrible positioning from Nibs. I wanted him to just pull off the back of the defender there. Oh, the computer started to do something and now my controller's unplugged. I needed him to just pull off the back of the defender and it would have been a pretty simple finish. In the end, by delaying even further with the pass from Aberdeen, we were still able to get it to him. See, the defender's there. Just hold your run. Stop on the penalty spot. Simple. Oh, thankfully it hasn't cost us that third goal. You might notice, obviously. I do actually have ears. They do exist. I know you very, very rarely see them. First time, of course, using a wireless headset with these Astro A50s. And so used to using a wired headset. Didn't think to check the battery, did I? They died. So, for the remainder of this episode, I won't be wearing any headphones because they're not turned on, they're charging. But thankfully, we don't actually have any more played games to play in this episode, so not really any game sound I need to hear from here on out other than the referee's final whistle, which should be coming momentarily. But Leeds could get themselves a consolation goal if this cross is accurate. They're not even going to get the chance to have the cross. Time very much, ref. We'll take a 3-0 win. Well, that was pleasing. If only things had gone that well in the game against Fulham and Birmingham too. 2 clean sheets so far today, I guess, is positive. If only we'd have kept a clean sheet against Fulham as well. Bournemouth win 3-1 against Blackburn Rovers. Luton do draw against Preston, so they're not in the worst form as we head towards them.
We've got time for a few questions.
Hang on. At least I'm not getting deafened by this time. So Luton did pick themselves up a point in that last game. We are, thankfully, even with that game in hand, and actually now other teams have dropped points again. Bristol City and Stoke have both lost on match day 41. Leeds have drawn and are up to 66. But we are 9 points clear with a game in hand. Win that will go to 77 and we will be 12 points clear with 12 points available. So certainly then, if we win this game against Luton, certainly tomorrow's episode will probably have minimal gameplay in it. We'll have obviously the FA Cup semi-final against Bournemouth. First team can play here against Luton. We'll have the we'll have the ability to play Bournemouth in the semi-final of the FA Cup, but we might not actually need to play any other games. Wilson equalises in the same minute that Moncur gave Luton Town the lead. A local-ish derby this, of course, Luton and Cambridge. OK Reike giving us a 2-1 lead 4 minutes before half-time as Fitzwater comes on for Collins just after the break. And Adebayo increases our lead. This victory could be the one that seals us playoff football. Campos makes it 4. So that will be us on to 77 points. We're 6 away from Fulham, 11 away from Leeds, 12 away from Bristol City and Stoke. Actually, no, I've got my maths completely wrong there. My brain saw everybody else on 41 and thought, oh, we play our game in hand, we'll be on 42. No, that was our game in hand. So we're 12 points clear with 15 points available. So it's not mathematically assured yet. But tomorrow's episode will be a season finale. We'll play Barnsley, we'll play Queen's Park Rangers, we'll play Bournemouth, and then we will be able to simulate Hull, Watford and Forest, I'd like to think. And then we'll be able to play the playoffs in the episode after that. But things are looking very good for us, form-wise. But we have to take that form into the playoffs. That's the most important thing. I'm not too fussed if we drop some more points between now and the end of the season, provided we get ourselves promoted. But we've had, 4 playoff seasons in this save so far, and only been successful twice. Lost in the playoffs season 1, lost in the playoffs season 4. But hopefully in season 5, with the biggest prize available, we will be able to get it done. Watford guaranteed as your league champions here in this episode today. Bournemouth not quite yet nailed down that second spot, but only a matter of time before they do. That will draw us to a close for today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I'll go and charge my headset so I can actually edit this video and listen to it. And then I shall see you in the episode. Or I shall go and record tomorrow's episode and I'll see you in it tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching, boys. I'll see you later.